What's up people, welcome back to The King's Reviews. I'm Rhys the King, your host as always, and today we're here to talk about No Man's Sky. Right from the get-go, I'm just going to say this is a 100% honest review from me. It's my true feelings. I have played the game for a period of time now, which is kind of why it's taken me a little bit of time to actually get this review out. And, I just wanted to really experience the game before I did it. Considering there was such a massive high controversy about the game when it came out, and there was so much negativity about it, and I just really wanted to get into it and play it myself. Now, I never really joined the hype wagon too heavily when I kind of get into anything that I do. I kind of try and avoid it, and honestly that's my advice to anyone. It's easy to get sucked in, I know, believe me, I've been there. Inevitably, I personally feel like they have pretty much delivered what they said they were going to give us in the long run. Okay, I know we had the hiccup with the multiplayer thing and yada, but I mean, to be honest with you, towards the period of it coming out, especially the first time it was said it was going to come out and then it didn't come out and then it got a new release date, blah 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 blah, there was pretty much put across that it was going to be more aimed at being a single player game than it was a multiplayer game. So I'd already kind of got my head around this, the fact that I probably wasn't going to be able to play with friends and stuff, and it kind of sucked, I know, but at the same time, this kind of game, I'm not sure how, especially now of playing it, I'm not quite sure how it would have played out if you played with friends anyway. I'm not entirely sure it wouldn't have kind of sucked away from certain aspects of the game, and I don't know. Hey man, shoot me where I stand. Or just take my opinion. Because that's all it is, guys. It's just my opinion. That's why I say this is an honest review, because I'm going to give you everything that I personally feel about this game. So really, right from the get-go, I'm going to pretty much hit up some of the main friggin' points that I've personally heard from people saying stuff about the game, and some stuff that I kind of want to address and say either that's wrong or that's right, okay? Not many of those things I agree with. So one of the things I want to start off with, and in fact one of the most common things that I've heard so far, is that there is not enough diversity in the aliens. Okay? Now, one of the first things I heard in the 2 days, between it coming out on PS4 and it coming out on PC, was, oh mate, there's aliens and that, but they are the same on every planet. And I don't mean the little species that are running around. I'm talking about people saying about the aliens that are in the little huts. I'll chuck in a clip now of one while I'm talking, these guys. And so it just cracks me up. Honestly, firstly, maybe you might want to travel between galaxies, brother, before you start making assumptions like everything's the same. Because let me show you just a quick snippet of the several different types of aliens that I have encountered. Yeah, quite a fucking few. So that would be number one that I'm going to tick off the list. And I'm going to say that actually I think the diversity between the different alien races is actually pretty fucking good. And I feel pretty strongly about that. You might be able to pick up on it. So I think the diversity between that was actually pretty fucking good. Next, really on the list of things that I wanted to highlight was planets. Now, a lot of people have said, again, oh, the planets are very similar. Considering we only have a certain amount of elements in the worlds, they're going to have similar properties. But nonetheless, not only are they going to have similar properties because there is only X, Y, and Z that they can be made up of, so I'm not entirely sure what you're expecting to get out of it, I've still seen a fucking huge diversity between the whole things. Right, now I've come across planets that are super fucking heated, the obvious things, right, the superheated planets. I've come across ice planets, I've come across fucking entirely water planets. I found a fucking planet that was basically Subnautica, and if you don't know what that game is, go look it up, because Subnautica is a fucking excellent game. But I come across a planet that was literally Subnautica. Fucking awesome. I've come across grassy planets. I've come across things that are sort of the halfway points. I came across a fucking planet the other day, guys, that was green and quite literally rained acid. It literally rained acid. I got out of the fucking plane and I'm like, I'm dying. I'm fucking dying. I'm getting acided to death. That's a word, acided. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Don't give a fuck. Anyway, so the planet diversity thing really annoyed me when I heard that, because I was like, come on, man. This is actually, legit. There is actually quite a lot of diversity in it. So, For me, anyway, I just don't know. Maybe I look for a fucking different set of eyes. Who knows? But I'm going to chuck up in the background here. We'll stick it up in here, like a whole bunch of different shit, right? That I have personally seen. I'll just do like little snippets of the different planets that I've seen, just to show you the diversity, and you make your opinion. Do you see a difference in it? Because I certainly do. Now, obviously, there are certain elements that are similar on the planets. So things like iron kind of look pretty similar most of the time. Not entirely, though. I will give it that. Not entirely. Does it always look the same? Carbon, similar. You know, it's going to look similar. But then you get other elements that do sit differently in different planets. Now, like, I don't know, aluminium, for say, for instance, or aluminum if you're America, yeah, then that does look slightly different. Sometimes it's in like a weird crystal form, sometimes it's in like a fuck off rock that just looks all fucking aluminiumed up to fucking, to be honest, it looks pretty sick. But yeah, so you still got the diversity in it, but they've tried to give it a bit of uniformity, at least that's what I assume, just so that you kind of feel like you know what you're looking for. Because otherwise you'd get to a planet and say, for instance, it looked like a fucking flower on one planet to collect iron, and it looked like, I don't know, a fucking frog to collect iron on the next planet, then you would get pissed off with the fact that you had to spend forever trying to figure out what you're trying to get. And take it from me, when you crash land on a planet, been there and done that, unfortunately. I'll put a clip in now. Oh god! Down! Down! Oh god! Well, yeah! Go down! Down! Go down! Land! 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 Do something! Just stop what you're doing! What?! That was unfortunate. I landed in a cave, guys, and when I took off, it meant I crashed. I had a bad reaction towards that situation. But yeah, it was frustrating. But then I had to go off and adventure and get stuff together, and like I'll cover some more of that later in this sort of review of the game. And yeah, I personally, like I say, man, huge diversity. They've kept uniformity in the things that are needed to, and they've made it really wild and different in the things that they can do. So planet diversity, I would say personally, I've come across so many different things, so many different plant types, tree types, fucking everything types. Is so fucking different per planet you go to that I think it's actually pretty amazing. Now, one thing I will say is when you get a cluster in a universe, say for instance you have like 3 or 5 planets in a universe, they are going to share similar properties. So those 5 planets, considering they're in the same universe, they are going to just, or galaxy should I say, sorry, they are actually going to share similar properties. But that makes fucking sense, does it not? If it's a really fucking cold place where they're far away from the sun, then they're probably all going to be colder planets. If they're close to a sun, probably going to be hotter planets. It just makes sense. It makes kind of sense. Now, next going on to some other things that are better. Just not just things I've heard whinging about, guys, that I just wanted to kind of throw my fucking 50p in. Pow! Just made that up right there on the spot. New saying. Anyway, guys, once again, I fucking digress. I'm pretty passionate about what I like and what I don't like in life, right? And this is again why I don't get on the hype train, because then you can't be disappointed, and it's a better fucking world for everyone. Now, one thing's like I want to address that I kind of felt like there could have been more to it, right? Is the ships. Now, I think the ships work kind of badly in the game. Like they fly really well, really really cool. I love the way that you can warp speed, all of that stuff, all the mechanics of it, fucking awesome. But when you come to on a new ship, it's like a fucking 1.5 million credits. Or 2 million credits. Or more. That fucking sucks. But what sucks more is if you just paid 1.5 million credits, yeah, to get a fucking ship, and then you buy a 3 million credit ship, you don't get any money back from the fucking ship that you lose. Shit just gets taken from you. You get a chance to swap over your infantry, but then they fucking dick you in the butt. And they just take it from you, and you don't get a credit like back. Now I think that fucking sucks, man. I think that fucking sucks. But hey, I guess there's got to be a flaw somewhere. But this is what I mean, man. I'll be honest. That's my fucking honest opinion, and that's fucking bullshit. Sorry if I'm swearing too much, but I feel pretty passionate about it. And then, that's probably one of my highest griefs with the game. Actually, is grievances. Is just that. Actually, that really pisses me off a lot, and it actually puts me off buying another ship, even though I get more space in the ship, which I need so much. But anyway, that's pretty cool. Some other things that I liked about the game is the effects in it are pretty fucking beautiful, man. I mean, honestly, the first time I went into warp speed, or the first time I even went just really fucking fast, I was just like, dribble fucking joy. Yeah. The other thing I want to talk about is actually, I can't speak for the PS4. I know that it looks pretty fucking good, man. From the gameplay stuff I've seen, it looks pretty freaking polished and pretty sweet. For a PS4 game, pretty fucking good. Considering it runs at like 30 frames per second, as far as I'm aware, on the PS4, it looks pretty fucking slick, man. And I hand that to them, man. Not many games look as good as what it does, especially when it's as capable as what this game is. It's pretty fucking incredible, really. And I just think that that's fucking cool. Another thing that I thought was fucking cool is the fact that their servers didn't go down. Oh my fucking god, is that a miracle or what? Because pretty much every game that has a server seems to fucking crash the second it's released. Pokemon Go. So, you know, that seems like a pretty fucking awesome thing that they managed to do. They managed to create a game with a fucking pretty much infinite friggin' universe, and still the servers didn't crash. That's pretty cool. Now, I have heard that some of the ways that they work, like their magic with the universe, is it's split into separate servers of about 200 people per server, and that's the way they're working it. Now, as far as I'm aware, they do still carry across all the names that we name things and so on and so forth, so that stuff still stays legit between all servers, but as people go, you only really get clusters of about 200 people per server. That's how they kind of keep it alive. Again, that's hearsay. I'm not saying it's guaranteed shit, so don't be like, Rhys, you're an asshole. It's actually fucking 175 amount of people in a server, you dick. Don't do that to me. I said it's hearsay. I don't know for sure. Keyboard warriors, back off. Some of the things I want to talk about though is the PC graphics are fucking jizz-worthy, guys, and I mean that wholeheartedly. It's just really fucking sweet, man. It looks really, really, really good on my PC. I've got everything running on pretty fucking good specs. My graphics card does need updating, but nonetheless, it ran beautifully on mine pretty much straight away. Updated the drivers on my graphics card on the day that it was coming out, and powered right in the kisser. Beautiful. Now, one of the other things I heard is, oh my god, it doesn't run on my PC. Now, when a game developer makes a game, do you think they sit there and they go, hey guys, do you think we should make a game for a shit graphics card, or do you think we should make one for a decent graphics card? I'm pretty sure they're going to go with the fucking mid-range good graphics card abilities. So if you're sat there on a fucking £100 laptop, you're probably not going to be able to run it. So why the fuck did you buy the game without going to something like canyouruit.com or something along those lines and seeing if you could run it, or just fucking check the spec list, bro? What? So I've seen so many complaints from people saying, "I can't fucking run it." Well, that's because you didn't do your research. Maybe look into it first. You don't buy an Xbox game and expect to play it on your fucking PlayStation, do you, bro? No. I'm sorry if that pisses you off, but that's the truth of the matter. If you're going to hit only recommended or below settings, then you're probably not going to have the greatest experience on the game, and you're better off just buying it on your fucking console. And if you don't have a PS4, then go buy one. And if you don't want to buy one, then fucking wait for it to come out on Xbox. Don't waste your monies, people. Jeez. Fun-wise with this game, how fun is it? Now, I think this game is particularly fucking awesome because you can play it in a multitude of different ways. You can be the kind of person who just flies around space and acts like a massive dickhead. You can just be a pirate, essentially, taking out the ships that you see when you see them, like the big fleets that come in and stuff like that. You can just take your time smashing them up. You get pretty much good elements when you do that anyway. You get to pretty much rob them because you're a space pirate, and yeah, you can play it like that. You can play the Explorer card, which is pretty much what I am, to be honest with you. I just kind of go to a planet, bust around, meet the race, fucking take some elements and fuck the fuck off, right? That's pretty much how I do it, and that's how I've popped between planets. I've probably visited, I don't know, 30 maybe 40 planets now, and it's probably why I've seen so much diversity, is because that's how I play the game. I just like to go around and see shit. I know other people that play the game are more focused on resourcing, so they'll stay on a planet. Like a good friend of mine found a shit ton of gold on a planet, and he made like millions and millions of credits off of it because he stayed there and mined the shit out of it. Now, personally, I can't play the game like that, but I do kind of envy the fact that he is like rich as fuck from doing it. So it kind of like, you know, you play the game how you want to play it. I did see an article about a guy who was saying he completed the game in 30 hours. That was that. It was a piece of shit after that because he had completed it. There is no completion of this game, but I guess you can max out all of the stuff and get it to a point where you're fully, I don't know, able in every respect. Like your ship can go to maximum warp, your ship can go to maximum defense, yada 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 yada. That can happen, I understand that, but then you still have the longevity of experience in the other planets. So I don't really see how you ever say that you've completed a game that's endless. To a degree, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you guys sit on that. You tell me. But yeah, so I would say that for that aspect, it's pretty fucking good. Now, longevity-wise, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think longevity of this game really does depend on the person. But I honestly think that you're really gonna get like a big period of time out of this. You know, I've already played. I've played, I don't know how many hours, man. It must be, I think it's about 12 hours plus, right, in this game. At this point, 11, 12 hours, something like that, in this game so far, and I've loved every single bit of it. You know, it hasn't got boring, hasn't got repetitive yet, and I honestly think I can keep going. Now, if that person at the 30-hour mark had said, look, I've kind of done a lot, I'm bored of exploring, then I probably would have sat there and said, well, alright, I can respect that. I kind of feel personally like longevity of this game, for me, obviously it will sit differently with everyone, I'm probably going to get to about 40-ish hours, and at that point I'll stop playing it on a, 3 or 4 times a week and start playing it like once or twice a week, and then it'll become like a Minecraft to me, where it's something that I'll have spits and spats on, and I would imagine it'll be something that I'll pop on, suddenly burn off 4 hours because it's pretty easy to burn off a big period of time on that game, and then come off of it again. And I think that's how it's going to be. I do think it's going to be something that will stay on my Steam library for a long, long time to come yet. And I'm interested to see if they do anything different with it. I have a feeling they might do some DLC packs for it that will release maybe more ships into it, more weaponry. I don't really know, but I do think they probably could do with doing something like that in maybe 2 months, 3 months' time. Maybe bring it hot again, make it hot, I don't know. Or maybe even bring an aspect in there like, I don't know, something you could build that maybe was like a warp portal or something like that, so that you and your friends could meet up. Now, I kind of go back to what I said at the beginning about that, and about how I personally perceive this game as definitely a one-person game, because I can't fucking imagine how hard it would be to keep track of your friends. The planets you go on, guys, I'm not even kidding, are fucking huge. You can get lost on there. Your likeliness of finding your same place twice on the map, pretty fucking minimal. You land on a planet, and that planet is just the biggest shit ever, man. It's huge. Even the moons, the little moons that look like this compared to fucking, this, they're massive. You go and land on one of those dudes, you're going to be lost for a while. But I would honestly say that my honest opinion of this game is, number one, I don't feel like we were as lied to as a lot of people are making out. I feel like they were pretty honest about most stuff, but I think the hype train pushed this game into places that people were expecting that kind of weren't promised. Some of it, like I say, the multiplayer stuff, I can see a lot of point of views on that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm doing a big, long playthrough of it on my other channel, on my gaming channel, which is like dedicated just to gaming. This is my review channel. You guys see the difference in between the things and what I do on the two channels. I try and just keep it all separate. But if you're interested in going to see some of the playthrough stuff, do go down to the playlist. I'll leave it in this description so that you guys can go check it out if you like, and see some of the stuff that I'm talking about, experience some of the stuff I'm talking about before buying it if you want. It might give you a good idea of what you're up against, and maybe it might be nice to see a positive light on the game. I honestly believe in a couple of weeks' time this hype is going to die down and people are going to just start enjoying the game, and people can start reviewing the game like not badly, and that'll be about it. So anyway, guys, I pretty much think that's it in a nutshell. I love this game. I think it's really, really fucking cool. Out of 10, I would give this game probably 8.5. The only reason I wouldn't give it a 10 is honestly because there are certain aspects about it that could do with changing, things like the ships and stuff like that, the crediting and stuff like that. One thing I would say that they should credit themselves on is the fact that for once there is no in-game purchase. There is a God. I don't have to pay real money after already spending 50 odd quid on a fucking game. Thank you, world. Please learn this one. Maybe you can put this into the next fucking Call of Duty or the next fucking Battlefield or the next Halo or whatever the fuck it is. Stop making us pay for stuff once we're in a game. It's mean. We've already spent enough money with you, fuckers. Jeez. But anyway, that's pretty much it in a nutshell, guys. I like it. Hopefully you can agree or disagree with some of the points. If you disagree with some of the stuff or you agree with some of the stuff, hit me up in the comments down below. I will gladly discuss it with you. And if you have some valid points, then I will 100% listen to you, and that is not a problem at all. So yeah, hit me up down below. Please do smash the like button on this video if you like what you have heard, if you like what you've seen. If you don't, well, then I guess you're going to hit the dreaded dislike button. Well, please don't hit that one. Unless you really feel strongly about it. Other than that, guys, subscribe if you like. And I'll see you in the next one. Go check out that playlist. Trust me, some good shit in there. Bye-bye.